Hey guys, we are back on the test server and we have a look at Bayek. Even though we can't see him there because this is maybe a bug on the test server, because we can see all the other Assassin's Creed co-op heroes. But yeah, he is not visible there. We don't mind. He is a marksman with AoE physical attack and can buff allies. And of course he can hit anti-air. His basic stats are quite normal for a marksman. Cost 19 is a little bit on the higher side, and yeah, the rest is as usual. Let's have a look at his skills. Let's begin with the talent. Every 20 seconds he sends Zenu out to hover for 10 seconds, continuously inflicting Mark of Zenu on one enemy target in range, and every enemy inflicted with Mark of Zenu takes 20% extra damage from the caster. If the bearer is a common enemy and their current HP drops below 30% after being hit by an explosive arrow, which is his attack, they are instantly killed. Prioritizes marking airborne units. So this is execution below 30% when they have this Mark of Zenu. Basic attack fires one extra explosive arrow at all targets inflicted with Mark of Zenu. When deployed, he gets immediately 5 explosive arrows. Yeah, and these explosive arrows deal 180% AoE damage to the target and is hitting up to 5 enemies, inflicting physical vulnerability for 5 seconds, and reloads 1 explosive arrow every 12 seconds, storing up to 20 arrows. If there are no enemy units in range, the reload interval is reduced to 6 seconds. And during the ultimate, the reload speed is doubled and 1 extra arrow is reloaded each time. Yeah, the basic attack is just the normal marksman range with 1 tile ahead in the middle lane. And yeah, 120% AoE damage, up to 5 enemies, prioritizing airborne units. Then we have Burning Sands. When explosive arrow hits a target, fires small explosive arrows at 3 extra enemy targets in range. Each small explosive arrow deals 30% AoE damage to up to 5 targets, or 40% AoE damage if the target is airborne. So just a little bit more damage to airborne units. Then we have Garden's Resolve. Increases damage against airborne units by 20% for each target hit by explosive arrow. Restores 0.5% rage to the hero. So he has a inbuilt rage regeneration here. His ultimate is costing 800 and lasts for 25 seconds. He immediately gains 4 explosive arrows and unleashes a barrage of arrows in range, dealing 300% AoE damage 2 times to up to 10 targets for the duration. Each time explosive arrow is fired at the target, fires 2 explosive arrows in succession instead, and the first 2 hits of explosive arrow pull up to 5 enemy targets within a radius of 2 tiles of the target to that target's position and inflict slow. How long? Oh, this is a 5-second slow, so that's quite good. During the skill, Zeno inflicts Mark of Zeno on 1 extra target. Okay, yeah, that's quite good. So these skills are all about this Mark of Zeno and firing explosives arrow. Let's have a short look at the exclusive artifact. We have an AoE damage increase by 30%, and when an enemy is inflicted with Mark of Zeno dies, he deals 100% physical damage to up to 5 enemies adjacent to them. Okay. Then we are going over the awakenings. A1. Upon killing a target, the hero restores 5% rage. That's quite good. If the target is an airborne unit, also reloads 1 explosive arrow. The above effects can only trigger 1 time every 10 seconds. Okay. Then plus 300 attack, triggering the execution. Effect of Mark of Zeno causes the next explosive arrow to fire 1 extra small explosive arrow, which can also trigger the execution effect. Okay, so a little bit more executions. Oh, then we have during the ultimate increases penetration by 15%, and when deployed gains 5 extra explosive arrows. For every 15 airborne units kills, reloads 2 explosive arrows. So it's just more explosive arrows, so more damage. Yeah, that's Bayek. He's Piercer and Nightmare in those factions, which is the same as Van Helsing. And therefore, I would say we will test him in a place where also Van Helsing shines, and that's GR3 stage 24. Yeah, this is the team I'm using for stage 24, and let's start this. We will begin with Adalin here, and yeah, we are placing the heroes like pretty always, and we only have a look at Bayek and his damage, then we can compare him to Van Helsing, for example, or Nyx, or something like that. Let's place a Dao Chan, switch mode, ultimate with Lady A, then we place a Gushi and ultimate with him, and then we place a Rune Hollow. And we are going to place Nerissa. And Airless there. And we get, when we get enough cost for Bayek, then we are going to place him. Let's go, let's go. Here he comes. Okay, we got some damage from Lady A, but let's see what Bayek can do on the other enemies here. Let's ultimate with a Rune Hollow there and ultimate with Bayek. And I would say let's remove Dalin here and place Yovar to help a little bit for those. And yeah, Bayek is doing quite good damage here, I would say. Yeah, this was his... Okay, this is strong. Yeah, he's definitely better at this spot as Van Helsing, I would say, because he's at A0 and Van Helsing cannot burst them down at A0 so fast. Okay, Lady A again. We might get some through here, but yeah, we should have placed Yovar to facing to the right side, but we don't care. We are only having a look at Bayek here. So let's kill the boss fast, and then we can get another set of enemies on the left side. Okay, boss is dead, so I will be removing a Lady A and everything else here. Let's ultimate with the Rune Hollow and with Bayek, and then we can see what is what. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That damage is insane on this first set of enemies here. Yeah, this is definitely better than Van Helsing. Yeah, when Zenu comes out, he's doing crazy burst damage here. Crazy burst damage. Yeah, and they're dead even before the right side is starting, so we can already remove him. And yeah, we might not get it because this Rune Hollow is not strong enough to kill all of those, I think. Or is he? No, I don't think so. And we don't, yeah. But this does not matter. Let's have a look at the damage. But yeah, damage would be pretty the same as with Van Helsing because he's killing all the enemies, but his burst is really good. And yeah, he will be good in this codex where the Legion Commander, where we have those flying enemies on the top of those map. And yeah, I think you want definitely, you want to get him, right? So that's it for that testing.